Hello everybody, welcome back to Ikemi Gaming. Here we are working hard away at our DLC Bella Italia, and so this should be episode 3. Here's what we need to do today. We need to get access to either Tuscany or northern Sicily, and you might remember this from the last time. If I switch to mountains, here's northern Sicily. We got some mountains here, we got mountains down here. That's on a plain, so it's easy. We go up to Tuscany, we've got Grosetto on the plain, Piombino on the plain, and Arezzo is kind of in the hills, but really doesn't look too bad. So I think we're gonna go with that. So it's gonna cost 1.2 million. Can we get a bond? I don't think so. Yeah, no, we can't get a bond. So we're basically gonna have to be patient and get some money, and then we're gonna buy Tuscany. Anyway, we have our money to buy Tuscany. We had to be patient a little bit, so we'll buy that for 1.24 million.
Tuscany, a wonderful region, and rich in high-quality wine and other foods. Embrace the regional products, make them yours, help the local economy, and support tourism.
Okay, perfect. Looks like we got a new list of things to do. So we have to deliver 48 loads of wine to Rome. We need to transport 380 passengers from Grosetto to Rome. That should be somewhat easy, that one. And then we need 110,000 citizens in the Tuscany region. We're sitting at 57 right now. So we'll just take a quick look. Civitavecchia to Grosetto to Piombino. That's an easy one there, a 1, 2, 3 line. Then up here, Arezzo, if I put my mountains on, Perugia could get to Arezzo. I think that's the obvious. And maybe Arezzo down to Piombino, but that's going to be expensive. But we'll definitely start with this Piombino, Grosetto over to Civitavecchia, and we'll see how that works. I wouldn't say we're exactly flush with cash, so taking this in a step-by-step approach. So we have our line built and doubled, going to Grosetto. We don't have this next one going to the next city, but we'll put one train on there with all our wagons and start it off, and it'll start doing its thing. And then we're gonna we'll get this bonus for one thing, and then we'll go to Piombino, and that way we can have our line with the 3 cities like we planned. We now have our line extended up there, so we're gonna go in, add a second train, and we'll just keep adding trains. We're also gonna add Piombino to Grosetto, so now we Civitavecchia, Grosetto, Piombino, Grosetto. I think we're gonna go automatic because Piombino has sausage factory and we want that to get to Grosetto. There we go. Like I said, we might add maybe one more train in there for now to get some more revenue going, and then we're going to have to look at what else we need to do. We got to grow the region. Oh, there's a connection bonus. Perfect. And the 48 loads of wine to Rome looks like it's kind of doing its thing. All right, so now let's take a look at what do we have here. We have our grains right there. We have our olives. Okay, we have wool down there, but that's not important at the moment. We have citrus fruits right here. We have grapes, and we do have hogs. Let's see, maybe we could do a warehouse. We don't want a warehouse down here, I don't think. I think we want it up here somewhere. Let's see, the citrus fruits 116, not something we need immediately though. On the other hand, the grapes, okay, let's do this. Grapes are 62,000, so we'll go ahead and I'll build up a warehouse system right here based on the grapes, and then we'll come back. See, we have some research available. We're going to take transition curves that give us 10% faster speed in corners, which is somewhat good, but we really want to get to this observation car. They increase our ticket prices by 5%. And then we're also going to go into Tuscany warehouse and actually make it a warehouse. So let's put our warehouse down. So we're going to need wood, grain, olives, grapes eventually, vegetables, yes, milk, and that's it. So there's our 6 things. Oh, actually, sorry, we are grapes, so we don't need more grapes. We could put wool down there. So that'll give us everything. We went ahead and bought the hogs. We bought the citrus fruits. We bought the wood, and we bought the milk. And we also bought the grain. We did not buy the olives. So right now we have a line laid out with our wood because we're trying to get Grosetto to continue growing, and wood was sort of its main thing it's not getting. So if we can get that there, it'll continue its growth and be like 100% growth instead of 84.5. We're just waiting on our money to grow so we could throw 2 more trains of Iron Dukes down on our Civitavecchia, the Grosetto, the Piombino line. And once we get that, we'll have 4 trains, and I think we'll pause it at that point and we'll go back to what we were doing, which is up here trying to bring our wood in. We finally had enough money to put a single line down the Tuscany warehouse, so we're going to throw our wood on that for sure and put put a train running. That's fine. It's single track. It'll have to be good enough for now. We will put a supply tower down though, because we want that. And so then we can also put a line going from Tuscany to Grosetto, and we'll make sure that's full. And for now, we'll put a Macedonte dei Giovi, and we'll put freight. We will put a refrigerated car because we'll need that later, and I'm afraid I'll forget. Then we're going to run a line from our Tuscany warehouse down the Piombino freight. We'll just have one train going, and then I think what we'll do is put a train from Piombino to Grosetto, just bring in freight, and then I can make my express line straight up express. Now we have a line from Piombino freight to Grosetto freight. We're going to put a refrigerated car because we're bringing meat one of the directions anyways. So we'll write that. That's fine. Now we'll go in and we're going to find our other train here, and we're going to make it just strictly express. There we go. Perfect. We now ran our line from our wheat way over to where we're going to bring in all our raw materials to Tuscany warehouse. We made sure it's full. We'll lay that down, and it's only one line. So yeah, till we double it, there's really not much else we could do. So eventually that will bring in wheat. So we're going to have wood coming in. Oh, it already is. Perfect. Then we're going to have wheat, and now we need olives is the next thing. And then technically they're going to need sausage as well. Now we have our train terminal for the hogs coming in the Piombino freight. We're going to put 2 on there to try to keep the sausage factory going well. And so the last thing we need to do is to get over to our olives. So we'll have to double our line of the grain and bring the olives to hook up with this. So we started by taking a bond for like 3.8 or 9 million. We bought, yeah, this one right here. Then we bought off these 2. So now we clean things up a little bit. So we have a little bit of money. We built our olives down here now. We need to run some trains. We're going to bring that in the Tuscany warehouse. We'll make sure it comes in full. We'll put the Giovi on there, freight, put a refrigerated car, boom. Now we'll go up to here, and we're going to bump this one to 2 trains as well. And now we're going to probably bring in our milk and our vegetables. I think this one's the vegetables, right? Yeah, we'll bring in our milk and our vegetables, and then that way the Tuscany warehouse should have almost everything it needs. It's got the wool, but that can wait. Now we have our vegetables coming in the Tuscany warehouse. We'll put 2 trains on that. We're going to bring our milk, put 2 trains on that too. Now the milk's not going to do anything at first, or even maybe the vegetables, I think too. I think they got the same issue, pretty sure. But at least once the city's grown, that'll be good. So now what we should do is try to get this freight line coming over to Arezzo, because Arezzo needs basically everything except wood. And then we have our Arezzo freight station. So we're going to put trains coming in there. And I think we'll go 2. It's a little bit further away. So we'll go 2, bring in our freight, put in a refrigerated car. And now Arezzo should get everything it needs except pasta and sausage. And we can finally take this observation card, which will give us a 5% bonus on our ticket prices, which is going to be really good because we need more income. And we're going to bring in our Grosetto pasta all the way there to Arezzo, and eventually when Grosetto grows, they'll bring the wooden planks back and put 1 train on that. And then we have our sausage train come from Piombino, just bypassing the station Grosetto all the way up the Arezzo freight. Definitely a long run, but we'll put a train on that. That way Arezzo will get the sausages, so they should be getting everything here in just a little bit. So really all of our cities should be getting everything in this section in Tuscany. So then we can maybe go back to upgrading our express lines. Grosetto just grew to 30,000, so we're gonna put an immigration office in. There we go. And then Piombino's at 22, so it's not close. And then Arezzo is actually shrinking, still is, but I have everything lined up to get there. It's just maybe a matter of time. Grosetto was starting to fall behind on wheat, so we're gonna throw a train straight into it with wheat. So it's a little expensive, but we did get 1 line from Piombino over to Arezzo, so we're gonna throw 1 duked in with our wagons on that, just going express. Yeah, that's fine. There's only 1 line anyways. And we'll see if that can get them to Grosetto. I'm just curious about that. Oh, I can through Piombino. Okay, perfect. So the next thing we'll want to do is bring it over to Perugia. And we now have our second leg going over the Perugia. So we're going to grab this single train. Yeah, we don't need to ride the train, but we're going to grab the train and we're going to add in Perugia and then put Arezzo in back again. We'll leave it at 1 train because we need to double up this this line to the left. And as soon as we have enough money, that's what we'll do. We have a little research. We're going to grab this agent, which will reduce our auction costs by 5%. But mainly I want to get over here so we can get our immigration office getting even better. We're going to go into our Civitavecchia and bump it up to 8 trains because it's doing pretty good now. Things are starting to move. See, it was 78,000. So that'll help it. And then we'll go back and double up this line from Piombino to Arezzo. We're going to go and bump up our Rome to Terni to Perugia line to 8 trains as well. Just trying to increase our income is really what we're doing here. So we doubled up our line on our express lane we were working on. Now we're going to go in here and bump up the Tuscany to Grosetto freight 2 trains. And I think we'll do the same thing for Piombino. We'll bump it up to 2 trains. And maybe we'll have to go more a bit later. I noticed Piombino's double growth at 27. Arezzo's double growth, but just kind of started at 14. And then Grosetto was starting to go under. Oh, look, it stopped right up. Now, why did it do that? 100, 100, 80 more coming in. Probably that second train's going to help with this. It needs olive oil. There's really not much you can do about it at the moment. And the wine issue is a bit of a problem. Maybe we could bring it in from another city, maybe from Perugia. Maybe we could do it that way. I noticed I wasn't really doing anything to get people from Grosetto to Rome. It wasn't working. So we're going to throw 2 trains. Did a little bypass around Civitavecchia. And this way here, it should be able to do it straight up. I'm not really sure why it didn't work. I thought it could have, but no, apparently not. We're back looking at Piombino, the Arezzo over the Perugia. We're going to go in and bump that up to 4 trains. Ideally, we wanted that 8 at the end, but for now, we'll go to 4. See, they're bringing lots of mail. And now we have enough money to bump it up to 8 trains, so that's good. We'll go back over our freight and whatnot here and just kind of double check that things are good. Yeah, 2 trains on there. Oh, breakdown maintenance needed. Maybe I forgot to put maintenance in there. There we go. These guys are ready to go as soon as one of the cities goes high enough in population. Hogs, we could probably bump that up a level, I guess. Oh, we have research. Okay, let's do this. Take poster campaign, and our immigration's going to increase by 4%, and then we'll just keep plowing over here on the bottom. There we go. We bumped up our hogs. So Piombino is now at 31. Oh, look at that. We can put an immigration office in. Perfect. That's good. That'll help it grow. It's double growth. Grosetto. Oh, nice. It has an industry slot. Perfect. All right. We're going to think this through. I'm going to pause this and see. So what do I need? I need olive oil would be nice. But wine could be nice too. And we have meat there. You know, I could do olive oil because it's so close. I think that's what we'll do. Well, let's see. What's it going to cost? The distillery? No, it's over here. Olive oil factory is 385,000. And here's our olive oil factory. Putting that in. Now we're going to need to do a little loop-de-loop here. That's fine. It's only 85. It's so close, it's not going to matter. So we'll put that in there, and then that way we can bring at least 1 extra little olives in, if not 2. Do that. Iron Duke, no, definitely not. Giove, we'll use that. We'll go 2 of them. Now Grosetto should be able to make olive oil. I notice Rome has hit the population cap, so we're going to have to get rid of our immigration office and put in a university instead. Something tells me later on they're probably going to want Rome to have like a big population, so we may as well try to keep it growing. So where do we stand as far as our things? Okay, we have 44 or 48 loads of wine delivered to Rome, so that's going to get there. Our line from Grosetto to Rome is actually doing what it's supposed to now. That actual little dipty-doodle thing we added. We could maybe throw an extra train on that, and then our growth in Tuscany is kind of doing its thing. So maybe if we did do an extra train here, let's see, Grosetto. Yeah, let's throw some extra trains on that because we're doing a lot of mail by the looks of it. I seen Civitavecchia wasn't getting much olive oil, so we're going to bring in our olive oil from Grosetto Freight in the Civitavecchia, and then we bring back planks. That's fine. I really don't care about that. It's just to try to get Civitavecchia growing again. It's fine. It's only a single line. That's good. It's the only thing on there.
Exquisite goods of the highest quality. Good job.
All right, so what do we do there? Oh, we got our 48 loads of wine to Rome. Perfect. So our passengers from Grosetto are still doing their thing. As you can see, it just tipped over the 100,000 here in the Tuscany region. I was just looking at Perugia here, and I want to increase my dairy so I can grow that, because that's something I can fully control. If I come down here and look at my milk, milk's maybe a little low. We should probably upgrade that. And how many trains do I have on that? Anyways, I have 3 trains. Okay, well, that's not too bad, but definitely definitely we're going to want to increase that milk and keep that cheese coming because it's feeding 1, 2, 3, 4 cities in a way. Perugia with all these extra manufactured goods. We have a warehouse there. So we want to keep that pumping out as much as we possibly can. So we'll bump this up to level 3.
The people in this region rejoice in the wonders Rome has to offer. The tourism business is running like clockwork.
Perfect. So now we have our 110,000 citizens in Tuscany, and it's just these passengers from Grosetto to Rome. Let's peek in on that and see how it's doing. Grosetto. There's a number 1 train bringing in 40 passengers, so that's probably going to be all we need right there. Once they come in, we're good to go. Here's research. We'll take this company canteen, which will reduce the cost of well-being of our employees by 5%, and we'll peek in again on this train here. So with 40 passengers, like I said, that should be all we need to get things done. And here we are coming into Rome with our last passengers from Grosetto. See the Colosseum right there. Once we get this in here, we'll finish our final task.
This region also grows thanks to our transport business. Keep up the good work. Another region ticked off the list. Only one more left. Go on. Buy the concession and let's get started.
Okay, perfect. So that was our 380 passengers from Grosetto to Rome. So now we need to buy the northern Sicily region. We may as well go ahead and buy that. Let's see, what's it going to cost? 1.3.
Welcome to the kingdom of the two Sicilies. This region is known for its lush nature and for its culinary specialities. In fact, I myself am a big fan of the local cuisine.
So what did we accomplish this time? We worked hard up in Tuscany. Grosetto is growing at 1 bar so far. It's at 49,000, just under 50. Piombino, oh, they got an industry slot open. Maybe we'll do something with that next. They're at 40,000. Grosetto is at 24 and growing. Perugia is kind of stagnant. Civitavecchia is stagnant. Rome, we did bump it up to 106. Latina is at 51. Yeah, everything else kind of stagnant, I guess. Maybe I should have paid more attention and got more done. So now we got our 3 things. And when we come back in the next video, we'll do La Région Verde. If you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Come back and watch another great video of Vike and me gaming.